Per sé, mia funzionamento.
This is the marble quarry BRASİDAS men found. Come on. Yeah! Come on. The weapons have to be here somewhere. There's only one Spartan here that I need to kill. It'll be easier if I don't alert the others. I'm here.
Ανατρέχουμε στους τραγικούς μισθούς της τραπέζης.
The watch will be vigilant here. This is it. PRENSİ. Let's hope Heracles killed all of the Stymphalian birds.
Ah, I could hear your footsteps. Welcome back.
You'll be glad to know I've been to the statue of Athena at the Acropolis.
Ah, if only I could have been there to feel her presence. Would you describe her to me?
If Athens is a city of statues, then Athena is their guardian. She stands high above everything, on guard over the city.
Yes, not just standing tall to protect Athens, but to serve as a reminder of the suffering those poor people endured during the invasion.
Your turn to tell me something. You said a man tried to kill you.
The man who rose up to kill the tyrant Xerxes was named Darius. He was of a new creed of killers, unlike any Persia had known. He was also the man hired to kill me.
A killer of kings, hired to kill a simple blind man. Why?
I have your interest, do I? Tell another tale, and I will too.
I've traveled to the Acrocorinth. From there, I could see all of Corinthia.
Ah, I can only wonder at what the worshippers of Aphrodite do to pay her tribute.
The Etera keep the spirit of Aphrodite alive, usually well into the night.
Exactly as your goddess deserves. When I was younger, I'd lie awake dreaming of what it would be like to go. Worship, of course.
Now that's out of the way, you owe me a tale. You said the king killer Darius was hired to kill you too?
He was. By my brother.
Your brother? None of this is making any sense, old man.
I trust you. So I will tell you. My brother and I are the last living sons of King Xerxes.
Impossible. That would make you a king.
I was. My name was Artaxerxes. I guided Persia through a time of peace. But my brother wanted the throne and plotted my death. Now, I hide here. Exiled. Living the life of a simple beggar. I will tell you more. But first...
Yes, a tale for a tale. I returned to Mount Aegetos.
Returned? Tell me, did you meet the mountain god who devours Spartan children?
The mountain is just a mountain, like any other. What makes Taygetos a place of suffering is the people there.
That is true of all the world's worst places.
When I was a child...
I could tell from the moment I met you that you carried the burden of suffering. Let it stay in the past.
Now you tell me, King Artaxerxes, how can I believe your story? You don't exactly look like royalty.
Well, that's the point. I am hiding.
Show me proof.
I could. You see, I knew a man named Themistocles.
The Athenian general. I heard stories about him being ostracized from Athens.
Over petty politics. He came to Persia to me, looking for refuge. I was king, but only a boy. He spent his days learning Persian and telling me stories of his home. Places like the Acrocorinth, Mount Taygetos.
The places you wished you could see.
I loved the tales and loved Themistocles like a father. He was kinder to me than Xerxes ever was. Tell me one last tale, and I'll tell you why he hid his treasure.
If you'd like to hear about the bird, I could describe it to you.
Nothing would make me happier.
It's a majestic statue, built from the blades of fallen soldiers. It's so high above Stymphalos and the golden fields below. Up there, I could forget there was a war.
So it is as it was told to me. The bird commemorates Heracles' fight against chaos, built on a place of calm. Hopefully, one draws out the best in the other.
So, I've been to the 5 places Themistocles told you about in his tales.
For that, my soul will be eternally grateful. As for my tale, Themistocles died peacefully in Persia, as one of us. I promise him I'd see the places he told me about. His stories will live on in me, And now you.
And what of your story?
I let the people believe Darius succeeded in killing me, so I could escape.
Artaxerxes, there's something else you should know.
Yes?
My grandfather was Leonidas of Sparta.
That means...
Your father, King Xerxes, killed my grandfather.
Then you're bound by blood to avenge him.
Artaxerxes, false king! These Mythios led me right to you. Time to finish what I started.
Alexios, please!
Stand behind me.
Time to... Yeah! For Zeus!
Artaxerxes, are you hurt?
Despite being bound by honor to avenge Leonidas, you saved me. Thank you.
I had no choice. That man wanted you dead. Must have been another one of your executioners.
It was. If he doesn't return to Persia, my brother will send another, then another. It's time this old man accepts his fate.
You're a brave man, Artaxerxes.
A trait I learned from Themistocles. Now, as for you, I owe you payment.
Well, I did save your life, and I went on an adventure for you, Your Highness.
You did. Though much of what you said is not how I remember Themistocles telling it.
Things change?
Ah, we approve of that, aren't we? Now, for Themistocles' treasure, find the tomb in Salamis where he made his triumphant stand against my father's navy. That's where your reward awaits.
You have the habit of appearing the moment I need you. What a power I may wield.
Is there ever a time you don't need me?
Good point.
The drunk politician you had me take home. We ran into a bit of trouble.
That's terrible. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Yes, thankfully we both made it out alive.
Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me.
You seem disappointed.
I'm just impressed you were able to save the both of you.
You said you needed something.
Ah, to business already. Fine. It's simple, really. There's an item that holds great sentimental value I'd like you to retrieve.
What do I need to find?
It's an Olisvos. If you saw it on the ground, even you wouldn't bend over to pick it up. But it means so much to me. To hold it again would mean more than you know.
I never took you for someone who cared for sentimental things.
I'm so much more than my beautiful face and flowing blonde locks.
Like what?
Well, let's see. People forget I'm an orphan, that Pericles isn't my father.
I know what it's like to lose family too.
We have that in common. There's more to you than I thought, Mistios. Now, where were we?
You're a big boy. Get it yourself.
I sure am. But there's a small chance the woman who has it won't exactly be happy to see me again.
There has to be a story behind this thing.
When you see the Olisvos, you'll know. When you have it in your hands, against your skin, when you feel the weight of it, you'll know.
Every time we talk, it seems like you're about to sleep with someone. Or want to. Or you've just finished. Is this woman the most recent one?
Who said I slept with her?
It was a safe guess. How do you find time for anything else?
Determination, mostly. There's a closeness you can only feel with someone in those moments. Who wouldn't crave that?
I'll get the olivos for you.
There's a small chance the woman may wish to keep it for herself, to spite me. It may be best to go unseen and hurry back. She lives east of here.
Don't worry, you'll have it in your hands soon. It's made out of stone. I guess that could work.
Ah, that's it in your hand. You brought it. It's different than I remember it looking. And much bigger, too. She's going to miss it.
This was never yours, was it? You had me steal it.
We didn't just steal an Olisvos. We stole a family heirloom and a husband's confidence. Without it, he'll be focused on his wife instead of his business. I think she'll enjoy the change of pace.
You lied. Again.
I don't think I did. I was very particular with my words.
You said it was sentimental.
It is, just not to me. There wasn't a single lie.
That's not how it feels.
The only thing that matters is you retrieved the Olisvos and helped me a great deal.
And what about me?
Now, we wash each other's backs, don't we? There's a reason you never turn me down, after all. How about I show you how these Olisvos can make all the difference?
That's not what I meant. Guess I can't turn you down after all.
I deserved that.
Best stay out of sight.
Now you're mine! Don't come any closer!
A power I wield indeed. I told you last time I thought I could summon you when needed. And it has happened yet again.
And for what this time?
My friend here needs to be taken to the sanctuary of Elefsis, near the border of Mecharis. He'll finish the trek across the border on his own.
So, do you want to lie to me now or later?
Whatever do you mean?
Is this friend of yours actually a friend? I'm not going to find out they're a wanted criminal, or they don't actually want your help, am I?
I'm hurt that you jump straight to accusations. A relationship must be built on trust, after all.
Fuck you, Alcibiades. To get trust, you have to prove you deserve it. And you've lied to me more than once.
You and I have different views of trust. Nothing more. I've kept things to myself, but never to hurt you.
Let's get to it. I'm just supposed to take your friend across the border.
Yes.
Nothing else?
Carefully, if you can. Avoid roads, people. Be invisible. My friend must be kept safe.
I'll make sure he's safe.
I'd hoped you'd say that.
Every time you ask me to do something secretly, someone dies. What is it this time?
Not everyone was born with your beautiful muscles built for, well, everything. Some of us work better by avoiding fights. This time, that's all I ask.
There are lots of safe passages through these parts. Tell your friend...
He could, but imagine if something happened and you saved him. Imagine the thing...
And why do you always turn to...
You've proven yourself worthy. Plus, I like watching you...
We should be on our way.
He needs to get to the sanctuary of Elefsis.
It won't be a problem.
I'm glad we aren't going by sea. Alcibiades told me about you.
There'll be trouble.
He said you were blessed by the gods.
I told you to stop that!
Come on.
It's nice of you to help someone we don't know. We should stay on the safest route possible.
Come on, come on. Ella.
Scum! Die!
Πάρε αυτά του μέρους σε εγκαταλείψω. Φοβούμαι σε. Μάλλον αυτό λέγονται με αυτό. Τι πεις? Πόρο! Πόρο! Πάμε τους δω, πάρε αυτά.
Let's go. Off we go.
That's better. I was starting to get sweaty under that hood.
You're a woman.
Nice of you to notice.
Alcibiades said...
Exactly what I told him to. It was safer that way. I owe Alcibiades a lot for his help, and for trusting you with my life as well.
Enough lies. Tell me what's happening.
I said I was a man, so nobody would recognize me. I needed to escape my husband unseen.
And you trusted Alcibiades?
No one escapes my husband. He'd find me. It's been tough. I'm not sure I would have lasted much longer.
So let me guess. Alcibiades owed you a favor, or now has some scheme where you owe him.
I'm not sure what you mean. He didn't ask anything of me, and I've never known him to do so. I know many people he's helped at the expense of nobody but himself.
I'm glad I could help.
Please give Alcibiades my thanks. I only wish I had more to offer him. And you, for the help. I'll never forget either of you.
I should watch my step around here.
The sun and moon combined could not grant the beauty that my bride-to-be was gifted. If the gods blessed me, they did so with one eye closed. But their eyes were wide open for her.
Please stop. Your poetry is sweet enough to make someone vomit.
I won't stop until the whole world knows how I feel.
So, you're in love.
Yes, the wedding nears, and there is so much to be done.
If you need help, I'm here for you.
Accepting before knowing what I ask of you? That's a rare surprise. I do still need a few things. Food for an offering, a ring, and some flowers. If you could bring them to my bride, Iris, she'll make use of them.
I've known you for a while now, but you've never mentioned Iris.
There's plenty I haven't mentioned. I'm sure you could say the same to me.
So, flowers, a ring, and food. Where can I find Iris?
She should be at the altar of love. Aptly named, don't you think? Oh, and don't be too taken by her beauty.
I think this will be a nice enough offering. Hopefully this jewelry is up to Alcibiades standards.
Come on. Ella.
Yeah! There it is.
Come on.
Got to be careful not to get spotted. These flowers should be good enough for the wedding.
Let me guess. Alcibiades sent you.
He did. How did you know?
He has a skill for making others do things he doesn't want to. On top of that, he prefers if those people are attractive. He's so predictable. It's what made this whole thing so easy.
It almost sounds like you're using him. What has been easy?
Making him fall in love with me, of course. Please, Alcibiades is not the man you marry for love.
Then why are you marrying him?
Alcibiades has a true chance of ruling one day. Well, he'll be the face, but I'll be the one truly leading. The Aspasia to his Pericles.
I'm impressed. I didn't think Alcibiades would ever be on the receiving end of something like this.
He's used to being on the receiving end.
Well, you definitely have something in common.
I'll pretend that was a compliment.
And what if I tell Alcibiades all of this?
Why would you? You've seen him, he's happy, and I'll make sure he stays that way. There's nothing wrong with me getting something in return, but it's your choice. Thanks for helping with the wedding.
It's all done.
Wonderful. So,
You must see something in her that I don't.
well, that's true. Quite often, too. But still, I'm surprised to hear you say that.
You can't marry her. She told me she's using you for her own gain.
Is that so?
It is.
I knew she was special. To think I wasn't able to catch on. I can't wait to marry her. I'm glad you and I were able to work together, Alexios.
So what was all of this for? Everything you had me do couldn't have been for nothing.
You've earned my trust. Are you sure you want to know?
So that package in Corinthia.
I almost forgot about that. I needed to get rid of the Odoros to pay off a debt. Plus, I needed spies to infiltrate Vardas's command. And my plan worked. Thanks to you.
All right. What about the politician?
He was brilliant and opposed me. A fatal combination. So, he needed replacing. And I had a much dumber man perfect for the job. He survived the party and you got him home safely. But it didn't matter in the end.
The woman with the Olisvos.
We talked about this. It wasn't about the woman, but her husband. He governs the trade routes between Attica and Mecharis. Or, I should say, I do now.
What about your friend, the one pretending to be a man?
That was out of the goodness of my heart. And gods curse anyone who doubts that.
I've heard enough.
Aren't you going to ask me about Iris?
Let me guess. Rich house, respected family. With her wealth, you can rule all of Athens.
Of course not. I marry for love. If those other things happen, well, I wouldn't complain.
I never would have guessed.
Each time everyone sees a more serious Alcibiades. The Alcibiades I've only shown glimpses of in the past. One day you'll see everything I was working toward. And you'll know you helped make it happen. Attica and lands far beyond will thank you, even if they don't know your name.
I'm glad I could help. Oh, I'll make sure you don't forget me when you lead Athens.
I'd never forget you. You're far too useful. It's such a beautiful day, and there will be so many more to come. Thanks to you, Alexios.